Welcome to the October 25th, Friday morning version of the map discussion. The first thing that you probably might notice is the system out in the upper mid-Mississippi Valley, upper Mississippi Valley and Midwest. This is a line of storms, or a dying line of storms. It's an outflow boundary that was analyzed. This is the strongest of the front. We had one that passed through yesterday as forecast. It brought us some drier air, so that's why it is a little cooler out this morning, but not necessarily cooler in the afternoons. This front here will allow us to get a little cooler in the afternoons starting next week. So let's get into the forecast. AM, this is where the front should be. Over across the Midwest, kicking off some showers and thunderstorms across Illinois and the Indiana and Ohio, southern parts of Michigan. And as we go through the day today, we expect some more showers and thunderstorms to form along that front, anywhere from Ohio, eastern Ohio, down through the Ohio River Valley into the mid-Mississippi Valley, all the way into Oklahoma by this evening. And this is where the forecast gets a little different from the official forecast from Wednesday. We highlighted some possibilities of precipitation across the North Carolina and South Carolina regions, and now finally that is officially in the forecast now. So I gave you a little bit of a heads up. You're welcome. By 8 p.m. Saturday evening on October 27th, this front is analyzed just south of the Charlotte region, with some chances of showers across the I-85 corridor over towards Fayetteville and Wilmington. Expect some nothing too heavy, but some precipitation in the form of rain. Not expecting thunderstorms at this time. That front moves to the south by Sunday morning, and a little bit of showers left over from the front. Let's look at the extended range. So this is what the weather map could look like. 8 a.m. Monday morning, we have a developing storm system out in the middle part of the country, southern Canada. As we go into Tuesday, these lines are lines of equal pressure, and when they're really close together like this indicates some very, very strong winds. Well, not very, very strong, but it's windy conditions across the mid-Mississippi Valley into the southern plains. Some of the forecast indices have this as a very, very warm and very windy weather across Missouri and Iowa and Illinois and parts of Texas and into Oklahoma. This front is going to kind of take its time. This is 8 a.m. Thursday, and it still hasn't moved all that much. But by then we should have some progress, at least in the the northern part of the front. The southern part of the front will probably get hung up because of the way the atmospheric flow is. But that is the extended range. So what does all this mean for the Carolinas specifically? So what this means is for the next couple of days at least, across the Charlotte metro region, down towards Greenville, Spartanburg, Columbia, and all the way south to Savannah, is that it's going to be pretty warm. Upper 70s to low 80s. If you're outside the mountains, the cool spot is northeastern North Carolina, 73 degrees towards Elizabeth City, 71 in Boone. On Saturday, when you go for that grocery store in the afternoon, expect a solid low 80s across South Carolina, mid 80s as far south as Savannah. Low 80s, mid 80s across parts of North Carolina, Greenville at 81. Rocky Mount at 80, 82 in Hickory, 84 in Wilmington Saturday afternoon. By Sunday, that front has gone through, and you can tell by the temperatures. 61 degrees in Hickory. 61 degrees. We were low 80s the day before. So that's a 20-degree drop across parts of the foothills in Piedmont or North Carolina. Similarly, we have low 70s across parts of southern South Carolina by Sunday afternoon. Monday, we have a little bit warmer conditions across parts of southern South Carolina. 58 degrees in Boone, that's the cool spot. 65 in Hickory, 68 in Charlotte, Greenville, Spartanburg, and 70 degrees in Columbia on Monday. Tuesday, we get another little warm up. Remember that storm system out west is developing, creating some very warm conditions. You can see it on the edge of this map. And these barbs tell you which direction the wind is flowing from. So in this case, the flags are pointing south, so it's a southerly wind. And it's warming up out here. But for Charlotte, we're going to stay in the 70s, low 70s, room temperature to be exact. 69 degrees in Greenville, Spartanburg. And we're climbing into the upper 70s across the coastal regions of both North and South Carolina. Across the foothills, not too much change from Tuesday to Wednesday. 73 degrees in Hickory. Where you will feel a change is across the coastal regions, where we climb into the low 80s. And then on Thursday of next week, we are climbing everybody into the 70s, mid to upper 70s, and low 80s across Savannah to Augusta in South Carolina. What about those lows? So tomorrow morning, Saturday, October 26th, when you go out for that run, expect pretty solid 50s across the area. 51 in Boone, 52 in Hickory, 54 in Charlotte, down to Greenville, Spartanburg. Excuse me. 56 degrees in Columbia, and a little warmer towards the southern parts of South Carolina, of course. Down into the low 60s. Sunday morning, 48 degrees in Hickory, down to or up to Spartanburg, Greensboro. 55 in Greenville, Spartanburg, and 57 degrees in Wilmington as you go off to church Sunday morning. When you head off to work Monday, 37 degrees in Boone. Everybody else in the North Carolina region is either in the upper 40s or low 40s. 40 degrees in regions north of Raleigh-Durham, Rocky Mount, 41, 53 all the way down in Columbia, and Savannah, flirting with 60 on Monday morning. Tuesday morning, we're still solidly in the low 40s across the northern parts of the foothills and Piedmont of North Carolina. 43 in Greensboro, 42 in Hickory, 38 in Boone, while 50 degrees is going to be reported in Columbia Tuesday morning, and 53 degrees towards Wilmington. On Wednesday, we're getting this warm air sucked back in to that developing storm system out west. You can see the wind flags have turned now to the south, and we are also warming up. Not quite as dramatically, but still 47 degrees in Boone, low 50s across the Charlotte metro area, and 56 in Columbia. By Thursday, the only spots that have warmed is out west. It's pretty solid mid 50s across the entire Carolinas. Of course, with the exception of the mountains, 48 degrees in Boone, 50 in Asheville. So what about that rain? By Saturday, 2 p.m., you have some precipitation forecast over the Tennessee River Valley. By Saturday night or Saturday by 8 p.m., Some precipitation has broken out over parts of northern South Carolina, the upstate, around just less than a quarter of an inch by Sunday at 2 a.m. This has spread across other parts of the northern South Carolina into the coastal regions. Again, these precipitation totals are light and not expecting too much in the way of widespread heavy rain across our region. In fact, by 8 p.m. Sunday, you can expect around just less than 1/10 of an inch across Columbia, a quarter of an inch by Sunday night, just areas south of Greenville, Spartanburg. So it looks like Saturday afternoon into Sunday night is when precipitation, mainly in South Carolina, south of 85, and across the upstate down towards Augusta and points south of Columbia, has the best chance of seeing some precipitation. And this is possible because some of the machine learning models, as well as some of the deterministic models, still have a pretty decent amount of precipitation in areas between Fayetteville and Greenville, North Carolina, points south of Rocky Mount, over towards Greensboro. So there might be a little bit more precipitation involved with that frontal passage Saturday evening into Sunday morning. But it's just something we'll have to keep an eye on. Right now, there's not too much confidence to up the totals. For this particular video, this map discussion, remember Saturday night, bring your umbrella if you go out, especially upstate South Carolina and regions from Florence over towards Greenville, Spartanburg. That has the best chance of seeing some precipitation. Not expecting any thunderstorms at this point, but that pretty much does it for this video. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good weekend.